Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to
Hello,
another
everybody.
day, Fishy Friday. We're your two hosts, Josh and Big Rich.
Big Rich sitting over there. I'm Josh for the night.
I'm gonna get my comments set up.
Okay, you get your comments set up. I'll go ahead and let's see how many people are here before we can do the
74.
Tracy. 74. We'll wait a little bit. All right. Oh, I can't even see. We've been working so hard. It's been such a miserable long week. Everybody's just saying hello, hello, everybody.
It's muted. We're good to go.
You'll be signing her out soon.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Comments are up. We're good to go.
All right. Let's do this. Let me turn this down. His airplane.
Sue-Ann says, put your glasses on, Rich.
Yeah, so I'm not doing this all night. She knows me so well.
So, yeah, according to YouTube, there was a couple of good videos this week. You know, some stuff that happened, some fun stuff, some exciting stuff. Rod actually just hatched out a zebra shark.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
That's really cool. How's the fish that we send them up to get? How are they doing?
Doing good.
Okay.
Got the triggers, the moray eels, the nurse sharks. They're all doing good, and a ton of baku.
Must be nice to just get a phone call and be like, here's all these great fish you've been looking for. They're yours. Go get them.
Yeah. I just know that boy needs to put fire under his ass.
Why?
And start setting up tanks.
Why?
Because he's got like his Reedsedale rack set up, but like that's about it. He has the rest of his facility all sitting empty of tanks.
Yeah.
I know he's waiting on the big tanks to come in and whatnot, but I see a lot of potential there.
Let me see your hand. How's this feel?
How?
Just checking. The bruising's gone.
Yeah.
I feel the lump there, but
yes.
So it's healed up. It's good.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's getting there.
It's just sore. It's good. I'm not gonna complain.
He said, "Ow."
So the doctor told me 4 to 6 weeks. I took the brace off at 3.5.
Joey Slayham's house burned down?
I didn't see that one.
No.
I know what one of the other YouTubers did. His name was Rob, but I didn't know about Joey. I'll have to look into that one.
I'll have to fucking. I'll call him after the show. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Scott Willis says, congrats on hitting 170K. We are less than a month away from hitting 1 million on all platforms.
Right.
So that is coming very, very soon. And we've seen a jump on the YouTube to do again. The subscriber count is jumping back up.
Yeah.
We just got to keep that momentum going and, keep it in the same direction. But before we were getting about 3,000 up a month. We want to make it to where it's like 10,000 a month, 50,000 a month.
Oh, that's what raw fishing. Franklin Sievert. He goes, I want to get you into the 50,000 a month club, and he says you got to do this. Put out a video every other day. Stay consistent. Do this. Do that. Mark my words. You're going to be in the $50,000 a month club. I'm like, whatever you want to say. If I'm making 50 grand a month, I'll do whatever you say. We did what he said, and it brought us up to the 3 grand a month, and we were finally covering our bills here, but not all the extras. When we were doing the shack koi things, we made I think it was 7 grand we made that one month, and if we were making that each month, we've got 3,500 above the bills. We'd be doing like backgrounds for all the tanks out of Universal Rocks or something like that. Extra stuff that we wouldn't normally waste money on, because I've spent all my money on tanks and that kind of stuff to house fish. building tanks, making tanks out of things that weren't supposed to be tanks, stuff like that. And, so if we had the extra money, we would definitely be spending on that, but not right now, because right now we're trying to hit that goal of 100 grand to build the extension onto the fish room and to pick up that new tank, which will outdo all other YouTubers out there, including our buddy Giovanni.
Yeah. But
because if it ain't enough,
his tank
I'll just build a
broke, though.
filtration bigger. So it goes from 14 grand to 20 grand, 20,000 gallons because the filtration. I will do that. I'll drill a hole in the ground and open up a big hole underground and everything else. Fill it up,
Well, his tank is 20,000 gallons. So. Yeah. So.
Oh, look at AZ's on it. Here's the GoFundMe. I love our mods.
Joey and Rob
Live together. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that. It is a hard job to keep up with all of your YouTube friends.
Yeah.
You can't,
especially when you can't watch all their videos, and then they get a hold of you and they're like, "Oh yeah, I've seen your latest video." I'm like, "I'm sorry, I haven't watched yours." But they don't take care of their wife. They don't take care of all that we do. It's so much. This week has been so crazy. How many people are here?
181.
Okay, let's go ahead and move straight into the Tracy update. This week has been so crazy because remember last Friday we were breaking into, it was my birthday weekend, Labor Day, I think it was the 4th this time. The 3rd was my birthday. So the whole weekend was my birthday. And, between this guy coming over, he got me messed up. I passed out twice in one day from him because I drink, I got, so much vodka, and then I put in a pack of the Crush, and then I fill it up with water. So I'm hydrating while I'm drinking, and I can slowly drink until I catch a nice little buzz and then quit. This guy come over and goes, "You got to try these, Dad. These are lemon drops, blah, blah, blah." And he fills it up with vodka, and he puts some lemon juice in it, and he rimmed the glass with sugar. And so basically we're drinking straight vodka, and we got stupid and thought, let's make pictures of this. And we made pictures of it. So here by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I was passed out. I was done. I was sleeping. So I get back up about 4 o'clock, and by 5 o'clock, I was nice and tipsy again. By 6 o'clock, I was passed back out. And I was done for like 3 hours. And, thank God Skylar was here, and she was taking care of Tracy because that I was incapacitated. Thank you, Bonnie. You take care. You too. So, that was crazy, but Skylar pulled through, and it's nice to know you have somebody you can depend on. She helped out a lot. So I will not do your what are they called? Lemon drops. No more. I need a mix with mine. Water. I need water. I need to slowly catch a buzz. Okay. I can't drink the way you were. Oh my goodness. That was that. And then when I was up, I was useless. I was useless. So
Tyler Kerr says, "Josh, you like Monster? Try the Monster Beast. It's amazing." That's pretty much what I drink if I'm going out somewhere, going to an outing. I just grab a case of the Beast.
See, now Monster energy drink, messed me up one time. Way back when I was drinking, it was vanilla vodka. Huh?
You were doing cherry bombs.
I was doing cherry bombs. Yes. Now the problem was, normally I catch a buzz and I go to sleep. Very simple. I'm very simple. But I was doing these things where they mixed, vanilla vodka with, the Monster drink, or cherry vodka with the Monster drink. And it's called a cherry bomb. Well, I'm drinking these all night, and oh my God, I was up so past the point of being belligerent. They didn't let me pass out and fall asleep like normal. I was dangerously drunk. Well, here I wake up in the...
You grab a half-gallon of vodka and a 12-pack of Red Bull. You were set for the night.
Yeah, well, here's the problem. I wake up and I'm in my underwear in somebody's front yard. I don't know whose house I was at. Oh, I wake up and I see grass, and I'm like, what's going on? And I look around and I notice I don't have a shirt on. I look down to see if I had pants on. I had my tidy whities on. I'm in somebody's front yard. Is that the house I was partying at? I don't remember. I gathered up my clothes, started getting dressed, and I looked down the road, and it looked like nothing. I looked down the road, and I seen way over there a little bit of traffic. So I started heading towards the traffic. Turns out I was on the corner of 480 and where 480 the highway was there, and 150th. And I didn't have my phone. I don't know what happened. I started walking home. And it took me an hour, hour and a half to get home because it was like 5 miles from there. And I get home and my son Richie's there and he tells me the cops just left. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, they bashed in the door and they came in our house and blah, blah. I'm like, why would they do that? And we had somebody there living there named DJ. He was renting out the basement room. I guess he had a warrant for his arrest. And they came there and my son opened the door and they pushed past him. And they went in and searched the house. And I would have been mad if I was home. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have let him do it. But, you know, he was a little kid at the time. And, you know, I come home to this and he's like, where were you? I have to look my kid in the eyes and go, I was passed out in somebody's grass. I never came home last night. I'm sorry, buddy. You know, and he had to deal with the cops all by himself. And it was crazy. So since then, I've never drank anything without like straight, you know, the vodka and then the Red Bull. The Red Bull kept me up way too much. So now I don't do anything with any kind of energy drink or anything like. I do the vanilla vodka with whatever flavor crush I want and then fill it with water. And I'll drink 3, 4 of them and I'll go in there and go to sleep for an hour or two and I'll be back up and I'll take care of Tracy all night. You know, so I mean, it works great for me. But this one come over on my birthday, do these lemon drops. Well, all that was it was citrus vodka. Then you fill the shot glass full of that. Or you take your shot glass and you take a lemon and you rim the glass and you dip that in sugar. Then you take the citric vodka and fill it up. And then you squeeze the lemon juice into it. And that was pretty much it, right?
No, you have vodka, triple sec, simple syrup, and lemon juice.
And you fill up that shot glass and you do it. Well, it got to be too much trouble. So me and him figured out how to make pictures of it. That's where the night started going wrong. All right, so let's get into the Tracy update. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how I got trailed away like that, but last week, because of the weekend, my birthday weekend and stuff, it got so hard to take care of her. We had to start upping her air because she was just coughing all the time, and her air saturation was staying down at 90, 92, and 91, and 90. Next thing you know, it's back to 89. So we're suctioning her out all the time, and I'm actually internally suctioning her now, which I didn't have to do but once a week or so. And now I'm having to internally suction her out like every half hour, and we had to turn her up to like 4 on the oxygen. She's normally on 2. And you know, so all night long, beep 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 beep, every 10 15 minutes we're going out there, we're suctioning her out, I'm turning up the air and you know, I'm giving her breathing treatments. I forget what it's called. I'd give her the medicine and then the pink vial, which is saline solution. And, you know, that helps her breathe better and, you know, clears her out a little bit. But you can only do that once every 4 hours. So we were fighting all weekend. We couldn't get a hold of the doctors. It was a holiday weekend. No doctors were getting a hold of us. She needed antibiotics for sure. By Monday, I mean, I had to stay up all night long with the night nurse that was coming by. She comes by on Sunday nights and Monday nights. And I had to stay up with her because she couldn't handle it. So, you know, I'm up with her all night doing this, and it was horrible. Finally, was it Wednesday night or Thursday morning? It was Wednesday night. Tracy got into a coughing fit, and she coughed up all this yellow phlegm and chunks of stuff. Boom. She's getting better. She started, you know, we have her down on 3 now, and she's, you know, staying at 98 or so. She's doing good, and then, you know, by tomorrow she should be back on the 2, and we don't have to not the nebulizer, guys, but it was something else. It is like a nebulizer. It's a machine that pumps this oxygen through the medication into the tube. But yeah, once she coughed that up, it was yellow, and we had noticed her coughing had gotten thicker and thicker and thicker, but it was still white and it was still foamy and it was still okay. But once it was yellow, we were like, oh, okay, she needs antibiotics. She coughed up chunks of this yellow stuff one time, and then since then she's been getting better. Now her sputum is like clear and runny and back to manageable again. And she's so much better, and she ain't fighting no more. She's doing good. So, but this last week was hell on me and the nurses, and as you can see, I haven't got much sleep. Not to mention, every time I get a night nurse, I can sleep from 8 until midnight or 8 until noon in the morning. The problem is that's when everybody wants to call. I get the nursing place calls, that company calls us about the nursing, and then I get all the different community service counties call me. Will you take this guy? Will you take this girl? Will you take this girl? I mean, everybody wants to call in the morning. So I'm sitting there sleeping, and I answer the phone. I put it on speaker. I'm like, hello. And they're like, hey, how you doing? This is blah 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 from here and there, and blah, And, oh, we got contacted by another production company. Interested in doing a video again, or online TV again. So I mean, I'm answering all these calls, and I just hang up and go right back to sleep. And it's rough because that's my best time from 8 to noon to get the sleep that I need. And it was really rough. So, ouch. We got past it, and Tracy's doing much better now. And now she's back to where she was, where when I talk to her, she looks at me, and you can tell she's there. And for a while there, she wasn't coughing at all, and it was just building up inside of her, like she couldn't feel it. And then you go and talk to her, and she just stares off into space instead of acknowledging you're talking to her. So it was an extremely difficult week, and we're past it now. She's getting better, so we're moving on to bigger and better things this week with Tracy. And you okay? Let me see, anything else new with her? She was clammy and cold and had a fever, and if we'd have got a hold of the doctors and got the antibiotics, it would have helped out. But now we don't need them, and the doctors finally called us today. She's already getting better. She passed this on her own. She's a trooper. I'm telling you, your mom's a fighter.
She is. Unfiltered Fish Keeper $5 says, Rich, want to drink cherry bombs and go camping, big boy?
You don't want to do that with me. The last time I went camping and drinking at the same time, I had a bird called Big Boy, and he was a macaw. He was a harlequin macaw about this big, hanging from my arm. And we went out there, and he would always hang with me. I had a leash on his little band on his leg, and I had it in my hand and all this. Somehow I got drunk and just let him walk around. Next thing I know, Reaper's there. It's Reaper's Campgrounds, and he rented a A-frame cabin, and there's a hot tub there, and we got the fire pit, and all of his friends and this and that. We're having a good old time. We look up, and we see Big Boy about 40 feet away from us up in a tree. Like, oh, no. But do you remember this?
No.
Yes, this is where that guy hit your brother and told me that he hit my kid.
I remember that.
Okay, it was the same area. Yeah, this guy had enough nerve to come up to me and said, look, your son was agitating me, so I had to hit him. And I was stuck on, wait. You hit my son? And he's like, yeah, I hit your son. I'm like, seriously, you hit my son? I'm like not believing this to be true. I'm not getting it. And, I said it like 4 times. He's like, yeah, dude, I had to hit your son. He was interrupting me while I was talking. And, at that point, finally, I just nailed him. And he flew over the railing, did flips until he hit the cement down there, and got up and ran off into the woods. Well, I was barefoot at this place, and he left his moccasins. I knocked him out of his moccasins. I went down at the bottom floor, and I put his moccasins on. Now I can walk on the gravel all around there. And I didn't see him the rest of the night. It was great. And but
back to the bird.
Back to the bird. So it was Reaper's wife, Dawn. She coaxed him down with pieces of banana, and he came down the tree and ate. And I got my bird back. Man, that was a scary feeling when you got $2,000 into a bird and you see him.
Rich, the drunken Sam Squanch causing havoc.
You see a $2,000 bird of your money 40 feet up in a tree, and you're like, you have no way of getting him. I thought he was gone forever.
Sam Squanch. That's a perfect description of you.
You stop it. So, yeah. So the moral of the story is I'm back to drinking just my little drink, and I add water, and I catch a mild buzz.
My little drink, like my little teapot short and
Now
stout.
you gotta keep causing these troubles. Your chest's gonna be sore by the night's over with.
Okay, cupcake.
You're lucky you're my kid. Seriously, what's wrong with you? Oh my God.
Sam Squanch Power.
Stop it. Stop it.
I'm just reading comments.
I'll read the good comments at least.
Ashley Smith says, "You had every right to not knock him out. Someone touches."
Oh yeah.
Kids.
Oh yeah. And then here's the funny part. The next year we had the same party. It's Reaper's annual party as he rents that A-frame,
So
house.
that's why you don't get invited to the parties no more.
So the next year we go out there, and I say hi to everybody. Everybody loves me, and I'm Reeves' best friend, this and that. And we're having a good old time. And Donnie, the same guy, comes back up to me.
Jen's Carlson, I think I might love her. She says, "Child abuse, stop it."
He's 28 years old. So anyways, I go out there and I'm talking to Reaper, and Donnie comes up to us and he's like, hey, Rich, I need to talk to you. Come around the corner with me.
Did you just say 28?
Aren't you?
32.
You are not. You're 28. So anyways, 10/8/89. Okay. Anyways,
that is my brother, and he is a lot.
oh, you're 2795. I get numbers swirling around my head, okay? But anyways, so Donnie comes up and he's like, "Hey, Rich."
Star says, "Did someone say Sam Squanch?"
I'm trying to talk here.
All right, go on.
So that guy, same guy, Donnie, comes up to me and he's like, "Rich, I need to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Go around the corner here." And the Reaper's like, no, guys, we're not going to have none of that this year. And I'm like, dude, it's okay. I'm not mad at him. Everything's fine. It's cool. It's cool. So I go around the corner, and as soon as I go around the corner, here, let me move this real quick because I keep looking at the wrong area. There we go. As soon as I go around the corner, he's in front of me. He goes around the corner first. I go around the corner. He turns around and he starts going like he's pumping himself up. Like,
is he a Sam Squanch?
Yeah, he had to be. So he starts pumping himself up. I'm like, what the hell? And then I see him stand there, and he goes to draw back. So I pop him in his head, and he like this, and I'm like, well, that ain't fast enough. So I hit him a second time, and he falls on over. I turn around, I walk back around the front, and Reaper's like, "Oh no, what did you do?" I'm like, dude, I had to hit him. He started swinging on me as soon as we run around the corner. I don't know what the hell. So this time, I knocked him out of his headband. So I've got his headband and his moccasins in my bedroom in there.
Don't let him kid you. He says the wall of Donnie. He's got him hanging up there,
That was too funny. All right, guys, it's time. We're done with storytelling. We're done with Tracy.
We're never done with storytelling.
I know. Let's see if we can help these people out with some of their fishy questions.
Brian Jennings says, "Josh, would you ever consider shipping fish that come into the rescue? Sometimes I want some fish you guys take in, and I'm a jealous Canadian. Right now,
I would say no.
We do well with getting rid of everything locally that we don't have to ship. But in the future, could it be a possibility? I wouldn't
It's
say
definitely
no.
a possibility, but right now, if somebody wants something to ship, it's too hard for us to go and buy shipping supplies, CO2, and then try and get. We don't have an airlines account or none of that, and so we're paying top dollar for everything, and it's going to be way more expensive, and it's not worth it to us. When we can just sit here and people will come and take them, but maybe in the future, like you said, it is a possibility.
Muhammad Al Rich.
In the future, there is even a possibility of us opening.
Hashtag Donnie, the drinking word. There you go.
There you go.
folks.
Donnie's the drinking word. There's even an opportunity for us to open our own pet store and not supply it with rescues, but we can then, have an account and have a shipping and suppliers hooked up and that kind of stuff, and then also do our rescues. So the rescues are mainly for the or public aquariums.
If we wanted to, and we had our way, we would have the OFR Aquarium, the Ohio Fish Rescue, and then the Ohio Fish, pet store.
Right.
Giving you all the good stuff. And
you go to the pet store and you get, tour of the whole public aquarium that we own and all that stuff,
Be cool,
It'd be super cool.
It would have to be 3 separate entities under the same building for tax purposes, or make it like a branch corporation of some sort, because a nonprofit can own other entities. I mean, I guess you can. That would have to be.
That would be a legal thing.
But yeah, we could do it all. I mean, honestly, if we really wanted to, I think
we could take over this business.
We really could. We have enough contacts, and there's a bit of a war going on right now. I won't say too much, but there's a lot of people going after each other. And if we picked a side and says, hey, we're joining this side or that side, we can really put a hurting to the other side, because we have stuff that they don't
Right.
have, and that's a display. Here's what these fish can get. You also have an influence. Like, we didn't really want an arapaima until, we seen it on River Monsters, and we didn't want a jowl until we seen it on River Monsters. Like, we gotta have
The
it.
jowl is true. The arapaima
What was before?
was the monster fish bash in Florida. I saw a rod, and I'm like, I have to have one that big.
We had one before.
Yeah, but it was not a big deal, and then we had lost him in the move and stuff. But now that I saw Rod with a bigger one, I'm like, no, we have to have the biggest one around. I don't know, I'm weird that way.
Jim Cheesley, $5 is when
Hey,
you guys
Jim.
get the new logo shirts at Teesprings. Jim, shh! I have one on order. It's coming in. I'm supposed to do a promotion on it, but I did release it on Teespring. And it's
Don't
awesome.
worry. You shushed Jim, so he won't tell nobody else will hear you. It's fine.
Yeah, we did a couple new designs on there. I think they look cool.
We're going to be doing a lot more designing and a lot more merchandise coming up. Here, let me switch out this cup for one that works. There we go.
Switch it out for one that works.
All right, let me go back to the here. Jens Carlson. I am the liquor.
Okay,
I love it.
okay, Leahy.
And Brian Jennings says, you already got the big deck, Rich. Don't be greedy. Oh, that's funny.
You guys
He's
have
putting up the link
OFR
for it.
hats. We have
Yes,
the
we do.
original hats. I don't think I made hats with the new logo on them. I think I limited it to men's shirts, female shirts, crew necks, long sleeves, some stickers, and decals, and maybe a poster, because it was poster worthy.
Well, you said Will Star was here. How's he been?
Ashley Smith says the GoFundMe link is wrong again. I bet you it's my dad's video and not mine.
No. I'm going back to CAZ's link in here.
No, I think she's talking about the videos.
She'll clear it up.
We're gonna go look. Here, let me go on here. Scrolling down. Yeah, so when I fix something in the last video, I then copy that description and use it again. I think my dad's got a master on his computer that he's been using, so that might be why his might be messed up, but I'm checking here. I got my last video on here. We're going down to the
Oh yeah,
description.
AZ's link is right. That's on here.
There we go. All right, description. Let's take a look.
Oh yeah, I got the old description in there.
GoFundMe. Mine is correct. So
Okay,
yeah,
go to my video.
It's yours here. I'll just go do this.
You just have to prove me that I'm
No,
wrong.
I'm just gonna go and switch to the description real quick. Oh, it's on my mind because mine's better.
You little shit.
Thanks, Ashley. And I gotta go and delete your master and redo it so you stop using it. All right, and just like that, I don't know why, but you didn't have a description in the video. There we go. No, now it's there. There you go.
Well, then it couldn't have been wrong.
Yeah. I don't know what that was, but the description's fixed. Yeah, so
Okay, Brian Jennings says, I buy my fish from a guy named Zach, who says he donates a percentage to the sales to OFR. Not that I know of. Who's he talking about?
Zach who? There's only one person that I know that donates a percentage of what he gets to the OFR, and that is Charles at Lone Star Aquatics.
If you go buy anything from Lone Star Aquatics, you can put in code OFR and you save yourself 15%.
There might be one more, and I might be remembering his screen name and not his real name. It could be Zach, but we're going to let him clear that one up.
Ouch.
Oh, Ashley said the description here in the live. Who the hell puts a description in the live?
Oh, that's ancient. I've never changed that.
How the hell do you see the description in the live?
Okay, that's this one right
He
here.
said he's a French guy from Cornwall area in Ontario. I don't think I've ever gotten a donation from anybody in the Ontario area, let alone a percentage of their sales. If it is, it's not really beknownst to us. That there are people who make random donations through PayPal and whatnot, or have done it in the past. That they've done it for like a month and said, hey, you know, we got this much, so we're giving you, you know, X amount of dollars. We've gotten that a couple of times. But also at the same time, there's a lot of people, you can't do it while we're live. You can't edit it. There's a lot of people who do. Oh, you might.
There's the old description.
Yeah, I might be able to do it on the app. But as I was saying, there are a lot of people who do go in there and impersonate us. Unfortunately.
All right, we got 287 viewers and $10 chat revenue.
Okay,
which is okay. If you don't want to put in for chats, please donate to the.
Will Star says, Rich, were you a bouncer at the Palladium, East Bank of the Flats in the late 80s?
No, I was working a place called what was the name of it? It was a Punch Palace. It was on 85th and Madison. What was the name of that place? It was oh my God, I was the only bouncer, and there was fights, 3-4 fights every single night, and I had to break this stuff up and you know, try and get them outside. And then one time I threw out, you know, I took on like 6 guys and, you know, got them all out and you know, ended up whooping their ass outside. Go back inside, and every car in the parking lot got busted windows. So the owner was mad at me. What am I supposed to do? I got them out. You told me get them out. I got them out. And they wanted to jump me outside. Well, I fought and I won. And, you know, they got their butt hurt, you know. I'm back inside tending to my job. which I was also at the same time, I was sound guy for the bands, also the bouncer, you know, and then we played there once every 2 weeks, I think it was. So I mean, it was just rough. Back in the days where I didn't sleep for 4 or 5 days at a time.
All right, so with this week's events and everything coming on, we've got the Animal Con coming up next week that we will not be at, unfortunately.
What's that?
An Animal Con?
Oh yeah, we can't go to Animal Con. It's our buddy Brian's, show, and we want to be there, but I can't get a nurse. We don't have a weekend nurse at all.
Not, I was supposed to go, but I used my PTO for going.
That rescue.
Yeah.
So now you can't take it for the AquaCon.
Yeah.
Jensen Carlson says alcohol intake levels Randy.
Leahy. But we
you
picked
people
up.
keep talking about my big ass deck. You just don't know. You got to come see it for yourself.
Bob Taylor, $20 says drinking word after hours ?
Bob Taylor, thank you very much for that. As far as after hours, there's not going to be an after hours because Skylar is sicker than a dog. She has this like her throat feels like it's got razors in it, and she's got a fever, and she's just staying away because we can't afford to get me or Tracy or anybody else in the house sick that's around Tracy. So she's been stuffed around in a room and sleeping and just taking care of things, and I brought her in Dayquil and NyQuil and stuff like that.
Apparently you got Ashley's mind racing. She said, "Holy moly, I didn't just think you said deck."
Actually, I don't know what your dirty mind's going to, but we're talking about decks over here.
Yeah, she said she just turned 21.
Who?
Ashley.
Oh, really?
Says she just had her first legal drink.
Oh, well then, yeah, she's got a dirty mind. She's young enough. We'll give it to her.
Yeah, there's a lot more people supposedly getting COVID as of late.
Did you see that thing where the government are dropping mosquitoes out of helicopters?
I've seen a lot of shit.
I've seen all kinds of that, and I'm like, what is that? So, okay, I can say, okay, the government's, the theories, this, and the UFOs, forget all that stuff, okay? But when they show a helicopter actually dropping out mosquitoes, why? Okay? I can't think of no reason other than to infect the masses. You don't want to get hit with this.
We are not jumping into conspiracy theories.
I love them, though.
Debates. They're fucking hilarious, okay?
They're
There's
hilarious.
a lot of them out there, and a lot of them make sense, okay? But we're not gonna deep dive into it in this, live stream. But a lot of them do make sense. The direct energy lasers make sense.
Yeah. Ashley says she went to the bar for the first time legal the other day. Welcome to the world you should never be introduced to. You'll never get nowhere. You'll never have nothing fun happen. You'll think it's fun, but later on you'll be like, I wish I never hung out at the bars.
Tyler says, do make extra, extra, extra large tall shirts no matter what kind. So we are limited by what Teesprings offers.
Yeah.
I offer all
We got
sizes.
the 3XLs, but not extra tall.
Right.
Tyler says, are you conspiracy theorists, Josh and Rich?
No, I'm a realist.
No, I am I am a conspiracy theorist. Everyone out there, for some reason, doesn't like me, and I'm trying to make everybody in the world like me.
Good luck with that. Yeah, there's a lot of messed up shit that's happening in the world now. You just got to keep on having fun, and that's about it. No matter what happens, no matter where the world takes us.
Hey, we'll talk conspiracy theories if you start throwing the what do you call them? Super chats. As long as we got money for the rescue, and I'll talk about anything you damn well want to talk about. Hell, you want to see my butt? I'll turn around and show it to you for the right money.
Will Star says Ashley might be all about the decks at this age.
She does have 3 kids at 21. Which that's when I was young. My sister.
She also replied, "Will Star, I got 3 kids. You dang right."
When I was young, my mom married this guy that had three daughters, and they were all older than me. So
freedom.
So the youngest one, Julie, was 15. She already had 2 kids. By 16, she had 3, and it was I would say it's a mess, because she didn't stick with and raise all 3 kids. She didn't turn out to be a good mom. She cared. I don't know what to talk about, but what?
I'm waiting for these damn.
Now, see, I was 24, 25 when I got Tracy. Oh, that's so cute. Show them.
I will. Look how cute she is.
She's just adorable. Most just gorgeous baby. Show them.
I sent it to your phone, but you turn it on airplane mode. I can't see the screen, so we'll pull it up. So we've got.
Put that back up there.
I will. We got Laura some pictures here. Oh, you can't even see it that well. I'll post it to the social media for you guys. So cute.
So cute. You know what the cutest thing is? She comes over here, and every time she sees me, she's like, arms out. Josh is carrying her, and she arms out. I got to go to Grandpa. And I pick her up, and I'm like, hi, honey, I love you. And she's a sweetheart. She's my little sweetheart. Well, the other day, Josh was getting ready to leave, and he's like, okay, give me my daughter back. And I went to lean towards him, and she was like, she didn't put her arms out like normal, like she normally does for Josh, That's Daddy, Dada. No, she hugged me harder. She didn't want to go to Dada. I was like, oh, I love her so much. Oh, she'd stay with me forever and ever and ever.
Oh, Ashley said she's 33.
Oh, is she?
So how does that relate to your first legal drink? Is this the first time you've been to a bar?
No, she just said she just had her first legal drink.
Yeah, so that's what
21.
That's what made me think 21, but she says she's 33.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Oh, look at Jens Carlson starting to stir up trouble. Was Obama gay? Tucker Carlson said so. What do you think, Big? I ain't answering them questions. You know what I think about any certain person in the world? Doesn't matter.
But I do know Oliver Anthony is spitting
some truth. Grab my hair. Scott Willis says, now pull. Not that hard. You got pleasure out of that.
I'll laugh. A lot of it.
A lot of it.
Oh, there's a conspiracy that Big Rich's mullet's a wig.
That's why I just had you pull it.
Oh, man.
Prince Vino says, do you have a gigantic backup generator at OFR? Yes, we do. We have 2, actually. One is for, like, if the electric goes out for a couple hours, I just turn it on. It's a little tiny thing. It's 700 watts. It runs for 5 hours on 1 tank of gas. So we turn that on and we plug in the LA80 air pump, which runs everything in the fish room. Then if it's lasts more than a couple hours, we can go ahead and pull out the big one and then plug in the big pumps that run all the filtration and start it up and then get them running. And, you know, we have time because we have the other one running all the air. So we can start it up and get the big pumps running and all that. It just, you know, usually it's back on within 10 minutes or so or something, you know.
So Randy Vitt says, who do you guys want for president? Now, I won't say much, but I will say, let's go, Brandon.
You do not. Hell no.
Know what that means?
Let's go. Brandon is
It means fuck you, Biden.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Straight up.
I mean, I don't care all these other reasons for Joe Biden. I just know he's dumber than dirt.
Yeah.
You know, he passes the podium.
Senile.
He don't miss it. He don't get on a spot. He's you know, they have to babysit him.
I said I won't say much. I won't say much.
He's feeble-minded. He should not be our president just for that case. You know, there are. Here's the thing that really pisses me off. There are people that are running Biden, period, because he can't do it on his own. That man he's done. You ever listen to him talk? Jeez.
Scott Willis is Josh Big Rich, and he decided to do some saltwater tanks at OFR. There's a desire to do a big salt pond, but we don't have the room.
Right.
So, you know, potentially, maybe a partnership in our future, possibly.
With who?
I know.
Thought we were already partnered up with their world. We give them all of our saltwater stuff.
But when you start talking about, we just got 2 5-foot moray eels, 2 5-foot nurse sharks, some black tips, and we couldn't go there and rescue any of them because we didn't have the room. Joe doesn't have a huge salt pond, so we have to, you know, come up with other solutions. If we had the Ohio Fish Rescue Salt Division that as crazy as us, then 100%. Hell yeah.
100%.
So I was actually talking to Joe today, and I'm like, you have some decisions to make. Either you need to be in with both feet, and we need to start building, or I've got other partners that have been contacting us that want to do this thing and grow. So like if you're not in 100%, then I'm gonna start investigating these other avenues.
Dude, not to change the subject, but have you talked to Chase lately? Battlefish Chase?
What about him?
He built that new 8,000 gallon aquarium.
Yeah, and it leaked, and he built it better. Then it leaked. Now he's turned it down. He's building it better.
Yeah. Them
He spent
cement
so
guys
much money.
just screwed him over
It's
so bad.
ridiculous.
You know, he told them how he wanted it done. They did it their way, and it leaked. And
Yeah.
you know, and now they're basically just pulling out because they didn't sign on for all this. You
Yeah.
know? So he's asked out all the money, and that hurts me. That's not that big a tank. We built a 3,000 out of wood. I had to build the 8,000 out of wood, and it'd still be holding.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. That
Right.
poor man.
Randy Vid's asking if we do tours. Yes, we do private tours only.
Well-
Message us for details.
Yes.
Brittany Zibbles, $20. It's not a wig. He's been the Pantene Extension Ambassador prototype for years. Ever wonder why so many Pantene plugs?
I'll read this one. Is that the ones we gave him?
No. So JV6 Caddy, he rescued probably about 10 to 12 pacu from Sequest because they ran out of room. And they didn't have anywhere to take the fish. They're around about equivalent size. But if you remember, all those pacu originally came from us.
Yeah, we donated to Sequest.
Yeah. Oh, the comments are getting live.
You have to start weeding between them.
How long did it take for the injury on the Fly River to heal? It was like 4 to 6 months for it to go completely healed. And there's a lot of people out there who bought, Fly River turtles from a local source here, and they have shell rot. And I've been working with a couple of guys to try and help them out. But yeah, it's been a while, and they haven't really seen much progress. And I told them it's going to take months.
Yeah, but you're doing much better.
Vasquez family says, love from Pomona, California. Fishy family cheers. Well, thanks, buddy.
Okay, Will Star. Thank you, buddy. Will Star Monsters and Mystery says Pantene is not good for your hair. It has a lot of wax in it for the shine. Says the bald guy. I'm 10 years older than him, and I can't even come close to being bald. There's my forehead. Okay, I don't have a 5 head, a 6 head. I've got a small forehead.
A 3 head.
So I use Pantene religiously. It smells good. When I sit there and 2 cops hug me and I pull the hair around front, they're like, oh my God, your hair smells so good. Everyone keeps saying that to me. That's why I use Pantene, Will. And maybe if you massage some Pantene into your bald spots, you might get some hair.
It rubs the lotion on the skin.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Big Rich should definitely approach Pantene for a sponsorship. I bet you go through that stuff. Imagine Big Rich whooshing his mullet as an ad because you're worth it. Oh man, holy shit. Because Rich is a legend.
That's right. That's right. DIY by Eric Barnes. He knows. He knows.
Doompie says, any plans for the concrete slab in the pool room? There's a company called Foamworks Pro who makes slabs with a special type of heavy-duty expansion foam. It's possible, but it's going to cost.
No, it can never work because people don't understand. Under that slab of cement is 2
need a
foot.
lot of foam. So I was getting into it. It would cost.
We would have to go down there
$1,000.
and make walls for the foam to set up and then expand against. We can't do that. That's going to be even more expensive. We need to go under there and set up cement flooring and then jacks and then jack the flooring up. That's all there is to it. We cannot put foam under there. The amount of foam that would need to go through and all the way around the pool, it's crazy. It's not like it's a 6-inch gap, under there and we just fill the gap. There's a 2.5 foot all the way around the pool. The foam will never hit a wall to be able to compress up and push up on the cement. So everybody keeps saying foam, but it's not going to work in this situation. Thank you.
Brittany Zibla's $5 says, maybe
it's Pantene. I can hear the jingle in my head right now. Jens Carl says, best mullet ever. Had one. Jealous of yours. Well, mine is in the, what's that called? Guinness Book of World Records. I know everyone keeps sending me this picture of this girl with a 6-foot mullet, but I'm a man. I don't have a 6-foot mullet. I have a 3.5 foot mullet, and it got me into the Guinness Book of World Records. So.
Ashley Smith says foam is expensive too. Last time I grabbed it, it was like $7. But we're talking about structural foam that can hold several thousands psi and lift up concrete and hold
Like nothing,
structural.
And drive on it with 1,000-pound cars. Or
So, I
not
mean,
1,000, but like multiple 1,000-pound cars and trucks.
it could be possible, but like, you think about this huge void, you might pump in thousands of dollars of foam before it actually starts raising up the slab.
Okay, for some reason, Jens Carlson says, I got hairy legs, and she stands up. Yay, Jen. You go be yourself. More power to you. Yes, Marie Dean says they need to put your pick on the Pantene bottle. I've been producing or shoving their product down everybody's throat for years. You know?
They could probably shave your hair and put a strand of your hair on every Pantene bottle for the next 12 years.
God. Oh my God. Well, here, we talking about mullet. Let me pull some out front. Yeah. There we go. How's that? Now I gotta go look at myself. Where is this picture? There we are. There you go. See, Will Star, for one, you don't have this. This is all hair. See, I can't see no scalp in there. See that? You have these sidelines that go way back to above your ears. Son, don't mess with the best because you'll fall with the rest. Will Star keeps on trying. I give him credit. He's like the little engine that could, or thought he could.
Someone said Rico Suave. Nope, Rico Rich.
That's right. You know who Rico Suave is? There was a song.
I know it was the name that was used. I don't know where the hell it came from.
Gotcha. Who's in the kitchen? Who's me?
Skyler?
Hi, Skyler. How you feeling? We can go back to bed.
We got Brittany Zibbles, another $5, says petition to rename Guinness Book of World Records to Great Crush Vodka World Records.
She kills me. She's such a sweetheart. Even when she's making fun of me, I love her.
What puffer could live with a 6'6" goldfish?
I don't think any puffer can live with a goldfish.
Possibly an MBU, but that's about it.
No, because they will fin nip the tar out of them. Just kill them.
I'm having a discussion because everyone is like, oh, MBUs are so mean. MBUs are this. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
But I'm like, I believe aggression in MBU is a taught behavior because I have MBUs in with other fish now with African tiger scats, Niger catfish, then Adonis.
Well, look at Eric. Eric had his Mabu puffer in with
and they're
a
completely
bunch
fine.
of community fish.
We had Pittsburgh in a 1,000-gallon community.
Goldfish are slow moving and long fins. They definitely will get eat up.
Maybe. Depends.
I am your father. I will tell you what you need to know.
I am like the supreme Don here.
But the
I have
supreme Don.
surpassed the teacher
You have not.
by far.
Son, you don't even know half of what I know in the sack.
Can you name every single fish out there?
Neither can you.
Yes, I can.
No, you cannot.
Yes, I can.
Stop it.
And hundreds more.
Hey, Kathy.
Oh, she's mad.
I shined her out on here just to see what she'd say. I was going to ask her if she wants to get back on. Oh, my goodness.
She knows where you sleep.
Hey, let me go way back up here where she's at.
Just saying. Backyard Bo says, I can't smell or taste anything. Are you sure she doesn't have COVID?
She might. Okay, I can't put her in timeout again, so she's already in timeout or something. How do I undo it?
You just deleted a message. You didn't hide her.
No, I didn't do that.
It says message deleted by Ohio Fish Rescue.
No, I wouldn't have deleted that. I put user in timeout as a joke, and then I chose, I don't know, 30 seconds or something. I don't know. She can talk again. Oh my God, stop.
Look at that. Big Rich over here fucking shit up.
Stop your swearing, son. This is a family channel. Oh, here. Go right there on Tracy's, black cabinet, and there's 2 shelves above it. On the right-hand side, look for a COVID test. It's a small box about this tall. And we'll give it to Skylar. Sue Ann. I only did it for like 30 seconds. Just enough to mess with her. She didn't take it well. It's up there, buddy.
You can grab it after the stream.
Oh, really? That's how little effort you're going to put in?
Yeah. I looked. I did not see it. You may grab it after the stream. All right, let's get back to this chat. We got a half hour to make this awesome and epic.
Brittany's going to go back to bed. She's been sick since her birthday. Aw, sorry, Brittany. She says, thanks for the little laughs, though.
Emphasis on little.
Right.
All right, guys, you got 27 minutes. Get your questions in the chat.
Yeah, actually, that's what happened with me and Tracy. We found out it was COVID, and it felt like the worst cold I'd ever had.
See,
but we had no energy.
You guys got COVID, and you gave it to Brittany, then gave it to me.
I don't know what you're talking about. Stay out of my conversation.
You gave COVID
Don't
to
row
me,
my boat.
Mother fluffer.
His mother died off of this. We had no energy and everything, and I started getting better, and she wasn't. I took her to Cleveland Clinic and told them that she was like a puppy with parvo. If I'd pick her up, she would just, go to the bathroom. I mean, she was horrible. She was just no energy, no nothing. It was terrible, and they wouldn't admit her. They said she had upper respiratory infection and sent her home. 2 days later, I called them and said she's coughing, on her hand, and there's blood spots on her hand. They said she's bleeding internally. Get her in here. I'm like, thank the Lord. Well, she wanted a shower before she went in, so I sat her in a shower chair, and that's where she died. She was sitting up instead of laying down. She didn't have enough blood in her system, and she had a cardiac arrest, and it was the worst thing I ever heard in my life. What's this? Oh, she's so adorable. She let out this long breath, and that was the last I've talked to her. That was it. I called 911. I did CPR on her the whole time until 911 got there. And because she had so little blood, the CPR I was doing on her wasn't good enough. I mean, it was better than nothing, but they put that evil machine on her, and it got her a heartbeat back. But then she suffered a noxic brain injury from lack of oxygen. And that's what we're fighting now, because she did a year of coma and now 2 years in vegetative state, to where she's at the top now, getting ready to go into the minimally conscious state. But we're waiting for that next step, So, yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible.
People are asking about the new lungfish and how it's doing. It is doing better.
Much better.
It looks worse because it all, foamed up, but it means it is healing.
Right.
And, at the pet shop, it was floating because it was so stressed. Now he's back down on the bottom. He is eating. So it is only a matter of time before he is healed back up to full health. I would say a good 3 months. So we shall see. But I will do periodic updates on him for you guys.
All right.
And if you guys aren't, you have to follow YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X.
Why don't you tell us one of your favorite stories of when you were young? You had a great daddy.
Remember that time you left me alone?
No. You don't understand. I had nothing growing up as a kid. My dad didn't buy us a bicycle, nothing. I was garbage picking and got a bicycle and other bicycles, and I made a bicycle out of a bunch of bicycles and traded that off to somebody else for something, and I ended up with a broken dirt bike. Took me about a week of working on it and got it working. These kids here, they had go-karts. They had power wheels that I took 6-volt batteries out, put 12-volt car batteries in, and they'd spin the tires with them sitting on them. Hooked up to a wagon behind them, and they'd go have fun. They had remote control boats 5 foot long. They had dirt bikes. Joshy had an XR75, and then with a CR125 waiting in the garage for when he could fit it. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Then he got the CR125, which was a little raped 8. And his XR75 was, big difference. And so I got him a CR125 sitting there in the garage waiting for when he can outgrow this. You went from the XR75 to the CR80.
Yep.
And then I got you the CR125.
No, I went straight to the 250.
No, you did not.
Richie went to the 125. I went to the 250.
No.
Yeah.
I got a picture of us with you on a CR125. Yes. Yes. Richie got the 250. You got the 125 from Richie. Yes.
There's a picture of all three of us with 250s.
All three of us had CR250s. Yes.
Yeah. And then
later,
Richie had the 125. I had the CR85, and we both went with 250s.
So they always had the baddest go-kart around. We had our front yard was like 20 foot by 20 foot, but we had a riding lawnmower. And then we collected wagons. So we tied like 15 wagons together, and I'd ride the riding lawnmower down the street because there was a church on the end of our street where it dead ended, and I'd cross the road and I'd come back, and we'd pick up all the neighborhood kids. They'd all ride in the wagons up and down the street. This was the kid that all the kids wanted to be, hang out at his house.
So Ashley brings up a great debate: 4-wheeler or dirt bike. She says, I'm going to say 4-wheeler. And I'll say 4-wheeler to have fun, a dirt bike if you are a man.
A young man, okay?
No, because...
No. Because I got my CR250 brand new from the store. First thing I did was take it out there on the dirt, and I pulled up first gear, let it down, second gear, let it down, third gear, let it down, and on the downhill switch, and then as it recoiled up, fourth gear, and then down, and then pulled up fifth gear and rode a fifth gear wheelie for 100 feet. The problem is, if you go too far or whatever, you fall. Now, if you're a 60-year-old man, it's just going to hurt an awful lot, okay? If you're a 29-year-old kid, you'll heal up with some road rash. DIY Eric Barnes, 4-stroke all day, every 2-stroke blows up? Absolutely not. I bought a brand new 2003.
2-stroke all the way.
2-stroke all the way.
For sure.
Shitting and getting and balls to the wall, that 2-stroke will tear it up.
Looks
Listen,
better.
I bought a brand new 2003 CR250 off the showroom floor. And I had that bike for, 20 years? Never changed the clutch. Never fixed anything.
I just took that bike. We went riding in Akron, right? And I was on my quad. Richie had
the 700 I gave you.
Yeah, we had the quad. We had my other brother's quad, which Richie now bought. And
he bought Richard's 450?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we also had the dirt bike and a couple of other dirt.
So my old CR250.
And that there was people riding, and that we were going through stuff, hills, terrain, and we came up on these hills, and I flew up it and shit and get on the quad and came back down. The guy on the dirt bikes were like, I'm not going up that. I'm like, why?
Why?
He's like, it's much safer on a quad. So I'm
No,
like,
it's not.
I'm like, all right, here, take my quad. I'll follow you. And I get on the dirt bike, right? And he's like, all right, now I bet I can go places you can't go. I'm like,
Bullshit.
wrong. He comes up to this fucking hill. He's like, fuck that. And I just shit.
Dude, you gotta stop with the F-bombs.
I don't care.
See, here's the thing. All you people out there that love 4-strokes nowadays have never experienced a 2-stroke
With the
power band kick in. We get up around 9,000 RPM and that power band kicks in and you're ring, ring, ring. You're flying. That tire is spinning. It is spitting dirt and rocks, everything out the back, and you are not stopping. You know, it's oh my God. That bike is badass.
If you are trail riding on a 2-cycle, say 250.
Oh, well, you want to.
If you come out second gear, I don't know what you're doing wrong.
You're loading up the motor and it's bogging down. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, if you're trail riding on a 2 cycle, you're riding first, second, possibly third if you're lucky. But you are shitting and getting all day long.
Jens Carlson says Can-Am 1000. Want it. Well, Jens, I have a Can-Am 1000. What's mine?
It's a Can-Am Renegade 1000?
No, it starts with a C. No.
It's Renegade.
No, go out there and look. Go
So
out there and
look it
look.
up on the internet.
Comanche, maybe. It starts with a C. Can-Am something. This 4-wheeler is badass.
Can-Am Renegade 1000. That?
No. You're looking up Renegade. Don't look up Renegade. Look up Can-Am 1000 and see what it is.
Yeah, but I'm looking up your bike.
You're not looking at my bike if you're putting in Renegade. You dill hole. Put in Can-Am 1000 and see the different models, and you'll see my bike.
Outlander.
Outlander, that's what I got.
Outlander. See, I admit when I'm wrong.
You're always wrong.
Still right better.
Best thing about a 2-stroke is the sound and the balls to the wall if you're riding it while that sound is in
you know
going.
that there was a 500cc 2-stroke and they discontinued it because
No, are you talking the street bike?
No, I'm talking about the dirt bike, the CR500.
There was a CR500, but it only had 4 gears.
And they
And
discontinued
that thing was
it.
just balls to the wall.
They discontinued it because
They're back now. They just made a new one.
Stealing my thunder. So for a while there, they took away the 2-strokes with power, and they did right to 4-stroke because of all of the racing. If you're racing, you probably want a 4-stroke. But now they brought back the CR500 2-stroke, and they've been shitting on the 4-stroke.
On everything.
Yeah. You just have to know how to ride, to be honest.
Right. What your brother does, don't know.
He does all right.
No. He relies on that clutch to get him to the next gear. No. I don't like people that ride like that. You know, you're letting your clutch slide against itself. You gotta you switch that clutch and shift that gear in minuscule time, and you're in the next gear with no slippage. You know? I had that bike for 20 years.
The bike still has its original clutches in it.
You're a liar.
What he replaced was the clutch handle because he wrecked it.
No.
Yeah.
No. He talked to me. He said the bike would just give gas and it would go nowhere. He had to replace the clutches. 2 months later, he's replacing the clutches again because of the way he rides. It is not right. Your father tried teaching you kids right, and sometimes you kids don't listen. Anyways, there was, check this out. There was a Kawasaki H1 and a Kawasaki H2. Now the H1 was a 500cc motor, 3-cylinder, 2-cycle. And it was like, this thing was badass. I'm telling you, at 80 miles an hour, the power band kicked in. I pulled up in a wheelie, and at 120, I let down and shifted to the next gear. This thing was ridiculous fast. And then they came out with the H2. That's a Kawasaki 750, 3-cylinder, 2-cycle.
The H2 is bit bigger than the Hayabusa.
It's not bigger. It's faster.
No, it's a larger CC.
No, it ain't. It's only 750. The Hayabusa is 1300cc.
The H2 was the only bike that was
Faster. It was a 750. H1, I'm telling you, son. H1 is a 500. H2 is a 750. And the H2 is the only thing that would beat a Hayabusa. Because when that power band kicked in, holy shit. You hit from 80 miles an hour to 160, in no time. Ring! I mean, it was just ridiculous. I know my bikes. Captain Stanley says, Big Rich, nothing's going to beat my Budweiser-induced 3-stroke. That's hilarious, Captain Stanley.
Yeah, the H2 broke the land speed record for classics.
They outlawed them. They stopped making them. DIY Eric Barnes says, actually, Big Rich is right about that for sure.
But the H2 is 1,000 cc.
No, it ain't. It's 750.
Right now.
You're wrong.
4-valve, dual overhead, inline 4.
No, H2. Well, this is a new thing come out, and that's a 4-stroke with the supercharger. That's not, no. That's a Ninja H2, a new bike. Look up H1 and H2, and it'll be 500 and 750. Jen says, different strokes for different folks. Absolutely not. You all got to like what I like, and that's it.
All right, guys, you got 10 minutes. Ask all the questions you want.
Yeah, we're waiting on the fish questions. We're trying to help you here. And I'm on my 3rd cup now. You know what, Mr. Skippity Doodah? He says, I may be old, but I remember when these guys talked about fish.
The problem is he can't remember anything about fish.
Oh, stop it. I remember more than you've ever learned. What's up with the Dwight Howard tank? We're getting ready to put that up for an auction or a bidding war or whatever, to where that goes to somebody that wants reptiles and fish together.
Yeah, I'll probably be posting that in the next couple of days. We did the raffle before, and there's people that are pushing us to do an auction. So we might do the auction, put a reserve on it, and see what it does.
Lars Brenner says, why don't you get that new Holly Sniper EFI for the boat? Because I don't have money to burn. I bought a Holly 750 vacuum secondary for the boat because it had a 450 on it. Now, it went from, 40 miles an hour to 47 miles an hour. But having the vacuum secondary, I'd set the throttle at, a certain amount, and it would ride like that for a while. And you take your hand off the throttle, and all of a sudden, and it would take off on you, because the vacuum secondaries are opening up, and it's, it's like it's being floored. I don't like that. I want that throttle to be responsive. Where I set it, it stays, So I want a mechanical secondary, not a vacuum operated secondaries.
Will Star says, when is the pool pond being converted into a saltwater reef? $50 a piece to come snorkel. Well, Will, with the current pond now, I charge the cost of a cartridge filter to even get in the pond because I'm not gonna pay the money for someone to come in there, mess up my filter, and then I'm out the money. If you go and you snorkel or swim with dolphins at Discovery Cove, it's like $300 a person.
And you figure each person has deodorant on, conditioner in their hair, soap in their hair, soap on their body, maybe some spray perfume or spray cologne, and that all gets into our water. So
$50 a person is throwing it away.
Will Star wants to sit over there and decide how much we charge for our pool, but yet he never comes over and visits.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Sup? Will Star.
He said,
I got a big deck. Come check me out.
He said 100 then. That's still not right. Will Star. That doesn't even cover the cost of a cartridge filter.
Yeah, how much is it? $300 for the cartridge filter?
Cartridge filter now is between $350 and $400. So if someone wants to swim in the monster pond, I say okay, let's do half. So it's about $200. But right now, I'm about to roll out a new program to where if you come in and you volunteer your time with Ohio Fish Rescue, we're going to keep track. And if you get X amount of hours, you can do different things to where, say,
great.
If you come over and you volunteer for 50 or 100 hours, sure. Go snorkeling in the monster pond.
Go down the zip line, go snorkeling
I'll
for
then
hours.
pay for the cartridge filter at that point because they're also giving us something. They're volunteering their time and helping us out. Because can't everybody afford something like that? But there are people who have and do pay.
Do you know how many community service people that have already gained their hours are still coming back and hanging out with us and doing volunteer work?
Yeah, but community service work won't count towards volunteer work. Because that's court ordered. If you want to go swim in a monster pond, you got to do your community service hours and come back and do volunteer work. If you think
it's $400 for a group of 6 is too much or something, that's fine. Do your community service here and you work it off, and boom, you don't pay nothing and you go in there. Yeah. Brian gets what, $350 a tour for a 1 hour tour?
Yeah, that is no. It averages out to, I'd have to look, but I think it's $500 per group of 10, maybe, for a 1 hour tour of the old facility.
I remember it was $300 for a tour, and then $400 if you wanted Brian to do the tour personally.
Right.
And that was for 1 hour, no matter. That was online. That wasn't, personally.
She says, how often do you need to change a cartridge filter? If I have nobody in the tank, it's just the fish, every 2 to 3 months. The cartridge filter needs change. But if you're in there, you're snorkeling, you're, knocking dirt around, then it's every time because they get so caked up, and then the heater won't run. And
that's our problem.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to have 2 of them filters in line before the heater.
Yeah.
And maybe a way to switch between the 2. One gets clogged, we can turn it to the other one, and it keeps running.
I had my
clear
way.
this one.
We would have a huge 50 feet long settling basin before the cartridge filter with
like
a
20-foot wide
bottom that just hooked up to a valve. And then you go through your mechanical and then your biological.
Water comes in at the top, all settles at the bottom. Water comes out at the top on the other side. And so the settling chamber you clean out from the V bottom every, couple months or so. And that stops it from going into your cartridge filter.
right, guys, 4 more minutes. See if we can get a few more questions. Any updates on the back koi pond? Still amazed at how many fish you have there. The back koi pond will be drained soon, and I'll be taking a bunch of those koi up to Brian.
To Brian, yeah.
Cheers, Randy.
Randy?
Yeah, cheers.
Okay, what's up?
Drink like a fish.
You smell like a fish.
Good one. How's the new fish that hurt your hand? Are the new people skirt of him? I cannot answer that yet. But the hands they're doing great.
I swear to God, I just read Depth Charge put out there, what's the best food to fatten up bitches? I'm looking, I'm like, you couldn't say that. Oh, bite yours.
Meat, protein.
Meat, protein, yes. For sure. Shrimp, tilapia. Are wolffish hard to keep? Yes.
I'd say no. They're generally easy to keep, but you have
never disagree with your father.
But you have to keep them alone.
Hey, that's the problem. Yeah.
How long should I quarantine my fish before adding to the main tank? I do 3 weeks. On salt water, it should be about double that.
3 weeks, because it gives us a week on bacterial infections, a week on fungal infections, and a week on parasitic infections.
But it's not always evident that we treat for everything. We might just put them on watch for 3 weeks. We never treat them once, and they're good to go into our water.
Because
3 weeks.
Here's the thing: when you go and you rescue a fish, and they're doing great in their tanks, right? But then you put them through stress, picking them up, putting them into the tubs, and you stress taking them out of our tubs, putting them into our quarantine tanks. Now they've gone through stress. Well, they'll release once they're just like you guys. And as people, let's say we go outside and we play in the snow and we're in our underwear and we wrestle around the snow. We wake up in the morning and we got a cold, right? Because our immune system got lowered.
Okay, it's time for Kevin to never visit you again if you're outside wrestling.
Stop it. So the point is, if you do anything, stress lowers your immunity. And then these diseases can take over, ick or whatever, and they come out of the fish, and the fish's body was fighting it off beforehand. So it ain't like these fish have this disease. All fish have these diseases. All humans have diseases in them right now that your immune system is fighting off. But if you put us in a stressful situation, we could get sick, and then we get everybody else sick around us. That's the same thing with fish.
Okay, one more question, and we're going to sign off. Says, where's your wolffish? The wolffish, we're home because we put in the Malabarcus in with the Amara, and someone seen that the video and says, dude, we have to have it. So we went ahead and rehomed them, and they went to a public display. Jim Sheasley, $5. He didn't say anything. So with that being said, he's going to say good night and adieu to everyone on the internet. It's been a fun night, and means goodbye.
Gotcha.
So hope
Love
you guys
Thanks
enjoyed
for hanging
tonight's
out with us.
live stream. We will see you all next week on yet another Stay Fishy Friday. As always,
stay fishy, my friends.